Hello, collective. So I just did a Virgo read, and this one will be for divine feminines. So, or anybody who's in their divine feminine energy, I guess. Since we all have, we have Crow and Phoenix, both bird energies. Wow, we got a lot of bird energy out here today. Meow, meow. So, but yeah, for anybody, we all have, and we also have Shark and Phoenix. So, you know. But yeah, we all have male and female energies in us. Ooh, a beaver. Wow, this Phoenix energy just keeps showing itself. Ooh, now we have a bee energy. Well, Phoenix. Every time I split the deck, it's still the Phoenix. Phoenix is like not going nowhere. This Phoenix is like. So I don't know if this is. Check that out. So yeah, we all have male and female energies in us. Your male energy represents your go get it. We're gonna do this energy. It's also your giving energy. And then your divine feminine is your receiving energy. It's the soft energy. It's the energy of, okay, I'll allow myself to be taken care of by somebody else. I'm going to let somebody else help me, And really, like, some people act like they want to be all of one and all of the other. But true balance is having both and having them properly integrated and balanced with each other. True balance. So, like, some people will act like being pure. So, look, I find it hard for somebody to be completely pure in one energy and still be balanced, okay? Because when you get all 100% of one thing and nothing of another, that's not a balance. It is a wholeness and a completion for sure, but it's not a balance, okay? So balance would mean you have your day and your night. A balance would be you're going to have winter and your summer, okay? Balance says we all have good and bad. So, like, people want to focus on positive energies only. But your positive energy would have no value if it wasn't for the negative experiences you have in life and the parts that make you feel bad, okay? That's what highlights and allows you to know what it feels like that when something does feel positive, or how to know the difference between something that's truly positive and toxically positive, right? So, because it is a such thing as toxic positivity, and not all positivity is genuinely positive, and not all things that appear negative are genuinely negative, Sometimes people will take something that's said realistically or factual and think that people are being negative. They're not being negative. They're just being realistic. Being realistic is not being negative. Jeez. It's just being more grounded and down to earth. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's always interesting to me that people need it made clear to everybody. Like, in any reading I've ever watched on YouTube, we always have to reiterate to people to discern what's for you and what's not. And then also how to, like, we always have to explain that everybody has male and female energies. Like, the energy is not gendered. You know what I mean? There's really not a gender in tarot. So, or even in energy, like, most energy in the universe, it only gets gendered once we have physical matter, right? So even like plants possess both the male and female parts to propagate themselves across nature without the assistance of another plant, So, and as we know from Jurassic Park, there are some amphibious DNAs out there that, if in an environment that is 100% of one gender, some can alternate their own chromosomes to be able to propagate their species. So there exists within all of us the ability to become something else in order to survive and to be able to continue to create life. Because life will always find a way, right? I don't know where that came from, but I was talking about that, and then here's the frogs. We also have some elk with some nice sun energy, sun and earth. Even though that was like a black sun, so that's kind of like some eclipse, a little bit of eclipse energy. We got a butterfly out here, so we got some transformation and metamorphosis taking place. So, but I was gonna get an animal spirit, then I'm gonna follow up with a couple fortune cookie cards, and then we'll close it out with an Isis affirmation. Oh, all right. So today we're focusing on the butterfly, which incidentally my in real life name is a Greek word for butterfly. But so I actually happen to know lots about butterflies. So the butterfly is such a unique creature. Like most insects will have the little, I forgot how to say it. But it's like the little bug stage, and then they open up and become like the fly or the bee or whatever. But with the butterfly, they become a caterpillar, then they have their chrysalis, and then their cocoon, and then they hatch open as this butterfly, right? And every stage of the butterfly is going to require something different of you. So maybe this is since we did for a divine feminine, you're about to switch over into a new stage of life, and this new stage of life is gonna, you know what? We have this nightingale at the bottom of the deck, and we have these energies that are both in the dark, right? So I feel like you're coming out of this dark. You were in so like when the butterflies in the cocoon, maybe they were in the dark energy with this whale and mouse energy. But now you're hatching, you're coming out, and it's like, all right, your time there is done. And actually, these also have, like, if you look at these three, we have water, earth, and air. The only thing not represented here is fire. But underneath these, we also have the black egg. The black egg and the sea serpent. All right, so, so I do feel like Divine Femme, you're going to find yourself really, if it's not happening already, you're really soon going to be enlightened about something. If you're involved in some kind of I keep hearing like nightlife. So like if you're in nightlife or you, maybe these mouse and whale were your companions in nightlife, and the whale maybe being somebody who has a lot of money, because like in gaming we'll call them whales, which that it seems like those people would exist in nightlife, right? So and either there's also the nightingale, which is like somebody who sings that and or you were the one singing at night with these people. But I feel like you're about to have like this evolution. So I feel like you're about to learn something about these people that you didn't know before. So, Holy Spirit, what is the message for... So we're going to take these three? All right. So there is going to be some care required. So it says, guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. Society. And it says, say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. But this wanted to be upside down, So, you know what? This is making me feel like you may be invited to something, and it's going to be painted as an excellent networking opportunity. You can still take the invitation, because I feel like sometimes you never know where you open doors at. I'm definitely a believer in open all the doors, light all the fires, But I feel like whatever whatever they're billing this to you as, it's probably not going to end up being that. Okay, it's not. It what they're trying to paint it to you as. It's not really what it's really going to be. Yeah, there's going to be twists and turns. So it says carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all the upheaval. So I feel like this is what I feel like. Actually, I was just talking about that when the butterfly hatches from the cocoon. So I feel like you've been in a cocoon stage. So I feel like this darkness represents this cocoon energy that you've been in. And so you're getting ready to hatch and be turned into your butterfly season. Okay. So, you have cares required, get rest, because so like these people are gonna they represent society. Okay, care required we're gonna put on you, and in the middle we're gonna put this twists and turns. So like these people are coming in with the invitation. When this came upside down, I feel like a lot of readers or spiritual people, when they see that, will tell you, oh, you shouldn't accept this invitation because it's not what they're billing it as. And that could be true. If you decide that you don't want to do it, I feel like that's fine also. But I do feel like my personal feeling, and this could just be my clairvoyance kicking in here or my prophetic gifts kicking in here, but I do feel like whatever the situation is for you, you're going to be invited to something. What it is not what they're billing it to you, but I want to put this here, okay? Like if you go, maybe it wasn't going to be what it originally was, and maybe you're going to find out something about these other people involved, and that is going to change your relationship with these other people. But even that beside, I do feel that somehow this invitation and going to do this is going to allow you to meet other people who, because it talks about networking opportunities, right? And that's what networking is not necessarily those people you meet giving you the great opportunity, but networking is you meet this person who is a step degree who's going to help you find the other people that you need, right? So I do feel like this could be really important for you. So we had these three energies with the black background followed up by the black egg. So I feel like, and so I just really feel like whatever this invitation is to some event, I feel like you should do it, because I feel like if you go to this, so there will be some twists and turns, okay? You're going to have a plot twist. So you have like these three people who were supposed to be on your side, or people who were in your cocoon stage with you, and you're going to realize that, well, all right, so maybe they're not the people you thought they were, okay? So it may cause you some upheaval. So, when you find out this information, take extra good care of yourself, be extra gentle. And let's see. So I'm gonna close this out. Wow. And I'm still under I'm still under 15 minutes. All right. So I split to Divine Destiny. Um, yeah. So we're gonna look at these are the Isis Oracle, which are kind of sort of like my Rumi Oracle, where they just give some various affirmations. And when I felt like I should come do a Divine Feminine, I felt like I should use this. Wow, and so Divine Destiny, it did want to come out. So we have Divine Destiny. All right, we got a Divine Destiny here. I'm not taking all those. You want me to take this one? Oh, that is still two. All right. So we have three of them. The Talismans of Potency, the Lunar Queen, and Divine Destiny. And then what's also interesting about these three is you have one that's blue, one that's pink, and purple is always a mix of the two, right? So Divine Destiny says that the divine warrior is within you, helping you to continue with a worthy path even during times of difficulty. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be by bringing more wisdom, focus, or intelligence, or surrendering into the divine warrior within, has great inner resourcefulness and determination. So I felt that was for you. We also have the Lunar Queen. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment. Oh man, look at all these themes of rest and replenishment as essential to balance. Remember, I started off talking about balance. Balance our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. I just said that. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. And then this last part is the talisman of potency, and it says sacred tools and objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, bringing physical matter more deeply into the light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of material world as part of your spiritual practice. So you're really being guided towards healing. So you may be a person, you know what? You may have spiritual gifts that are waking up to be a healer, in which case this world needs you. So allow this transformation to take place because, you know, we live in a broken world. This is a broken society. And if you're a starseed or somebody who resonates as like a chosen one, then we have been born into this world and in this time for such a time as this, okay? um people need our light and they need our love, and people need help finding healing. All right, there's a lot of people out here. Like, people will sit there and talk about the mentally ill, but let's talk about why people are mentally ill. People are mentally ill because they've been traumatized through things that were never their fault or they never had any control over. It's not their fault that whatever happened to them. Sure, they're responsible for their own healing, but sometimes if you're so traumatized to a certain point, maybe they're just not to where they can get themselves in a mindset to go get and properly receive that help. So it's like sometimes, like, if your bone was healing incorrectly and the doctor will like re-break your leg so that it can heal correctly. So it's like you can't just tell people just to go heal. They need to heal correctly. So, and maybe you're somebody who's meant to be here to help people do this healing. So, allow everything that's happening right now, allow it to continue happening. So, don't feel that whatever's happening is happening to you is actually happening for you, because you are meant to do something, and this situation you're in right now is a huge catalyst for you, divine feminine. Okay, so please embrace what's happening. Okay, don't give up. If you need support you can always reach out to me. I have a Discord that's linked in my bio, that you can join for free. You can email me. I'll be happy to pray for you. We all need support getting through this, okay? None of us are in this alone. If you're a star seed, and at this point of the game, with so much collective awakenings going on, we all need support. So we should all be here to support each other, okay? Nobody's in this by themselves. We're all in it together. Because guess what? Everything that happens at this point in society, with the economy and the instability that's coming on in the world, the polar caps are about to shift really soon. We have a new oceans being born. The Yellowstone volcano wants to wake up. Like, there's so many different things that are happening. We are all in this together. If you think that you are so far removed that none of this applies to you, then you're going to have a really rude awakening coming to you over the next year or two. Okay? Life is about to get wild for a little while, and we all need to be there for each other. Okay? Nobody's better than anybody else. And the only thing that makes us worse than other people is our unwillingness to realize that nobody is better. It's not a competition. Okay? Nobody's getting out of here alive. We all die, okay? The point of life is to be experienced and enjoyed and not just existed through. Don't just be a zombie, okay? Allow this to happen for you so that you can step into your highest timeline and be your highest self so that you can be a part of all these things that are happening. So go and be this healer, okay? Divine Feminine, because I believe in you. I know that you can do it. You can do it. Don't give up, all right? Love you. Talk to you later.